there's going to be people who show up. Or it's going to be Smarty already had a party and nobody came. This is the worst feeling ever. I'm gonna wait here for you guys. I'm just gonna kind of hang out. Smarty already had a party. Nobody's coming. Let's see. I probably should have done this for later in the day. In hindsight. Anybody here? All right. Okay, there's people here. Do you guys understand the? I was gonna end it. I was like, this is it. Just turn it off. I was literally freaking out over here. Hi guys, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. I don't ever know what is the best time to do these and what is the best day. I knew that I wanted to do it this week, like to go live and talk to you guys in like real time and answer questions. Hi, oh my gosh, people are here. How are you? Where have you been, girl? I haven't seen you on Instagram either. Hi, thank you guys so much for showing up. It is going good. It is going good. Guys, I'm cooking Thanksgiving tomorrow. You know, I'm a moocher. I am a mooching type of person, but I am cooking tomorrow. So I'm actually going to, after this video, I have to go and start marinating the turkey and like prepping a dessert, but batty in all cases. But I wanted to come on here and kind of talk in real time, see how you guys have been, kind of see how everybody's doing, how's everybody's mental health, and do just like a real life check-in. Like what is that? What's the 411? What are you guys up to? How's life? I did my hair completely different today, and it's giving me mullet vibes, but we're gonna let that go. And just see how you guys are. See what the hell's the issues? What's going on? Thanks. I love me some Elvis. This is a Fashion Nova tee. I actually just got a new one from, and it has Chicago Bulls on it, like an old school Bulls jersey. I actually wanted one. They have one with Elton John in it, and he's like the Rocket Man, and I love that picture of him, but it's always sold out. So I'm like, dang, but this Elvis one is pretty legit. Good afternoon. Yes, mullet vibe. Well, like a shag is like kind of a soft mullet because it's so layered up here. Orlando, I bet you guys it's so, let me ask you something. How do you decorate your palm trees outside? Thanks. Billy Ray Cyrus ain't got nothing on me. I always wondered, like, because I always see the Corona commercials where they decorate the palm tree, and I always wonder, like, people that have palm trees in their yard, like, do you put or Christmas lights? Hey, y'all from Idaho. Hey! How are you? How is the weather by you guys? I heard you guys got like a lot of snow with like that belt thing that kind of whipped around. It's going to be warm here for like literally the next 10 days. Today and tomorrow and Thursday, I think 50, and then it's going to be like 40s. So it's really nice weather. So I guess we'll do some updates, right? First off, I got my new computer that came in yesterday. Michigan. Oh, look, you guys are both in Michigan. Oh my God, I love that. I would put lights and ornaments on it too. That's so cool. I love palm trees. I feel like you cannot have a bad day. The sun is like, it's crazy. It's like spring here right now. We decorate. I would too. If I had a palm tree, I would. Like we have like oak trees here, and I mean they're all dead now, but I'll put lights on anything. I feel like your house looks super dope if you just have a ton of lights. I don't care about blow ups or any animatronics or whatever. I don't care about any of that stuff. If you have a ton of lights, like you're done. Tip top. Best. Get the award. I know this weather is crazy, but when it gets this warm in November, December, I feel like we pay for it later on. And then like, I feel like it drags on into the spring. So it'll be nice, you know, if it like was spring when it was supposed to be spring, you know, like the times actually, you know, went through than they were supposed to. So let's see what has been going on. I actually have a lot of stuff going on. I actually would love to share it with you guys right now, but it's still very new, but crazy. Like I honestly, I want to like talk to some people first and see if they're okay with, maybe I can even get them on here, but crazy. Craziest things I like found people. It's crazy. It's really crazy, but really, really exciting. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will like kind of probably pick up on it, but it's crazy. Let's see, what else? I don't know. You know, I don't know what to share and like how to share it. You know what I mean? Some stuff you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could, I always like kind of pass stuff by Leo. Like, should I talk about it? I can say this, right? I actually found out what my ethnicity is. You guys know a lot of people ask, what am I? And I always say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know my dad. My grandfather was an orphan, all this stuff, right? So I found out what I am. And it was nothing that I thought I was. I can tell you that much. Pretty crazy. So yeah. If you guys have any guesses, I'll let you know. It's not Hispanic at all. Which I thought I was. Yeah. I will say this, I thought I was Italian. For sure. I was like, I'm Italian, for sure. Like, I was like convinced me and Laura Vitale were from the same part of Italy and we were going to be like kin, you know, and it was not. So if you guys have any hints, let me know and I'll let you guys know if you're right. Because I was shocked. Even Leo, like when I told him, he's like, really? Greek or Native American? I think my grandma Dolores, my mom's mom, I think she had Native in her. Because my grandmother has the high cheekbones we get from, she has them as well. And her family was from the mountains in Pennsylvania, but also I feel like she could have had some blue people in her family. If you guys know about the Whitaker family, you already know. I mean, I heard some wild stories. Not Portuguese, and not Greek. I thought Greek too. For sure, I was like, okay, I could see Greek because of the dark features, right? Not. But we're in Europe. You know, yeah. Rhea is actually Cherokee, though, if you guys didn't know that. Rhea is Cherokee from that side. So it's kind of crazy. And you could tell, I mean, that's where Rhea, I think it's the really dark skin from, is her Cherokee side. Eastern European. Yeah. Not too, okay. Okay. Okay, anybody? Well, I'm going to kind of go, let's just say their head guy, not very well liked around the world. Pretty much universally, nobody likes him. You guys got that one? Did you guys catch what I'm throwing? My grandfather is Canadian. That's what they said. And I've actually found his biological mother's birth certificate, and she was French Canadian. Yes, girl. Nail on the head. 100%. Like, the dad was born there, Russian Jew, and the grandma was first generation here, Russian. Not even on the damn radar. Never would have guessed. I was like, what? No way, I'm Italian. I was like, no way. I couldn't believe it. Not at the very, isn't that crazy? But then like Leo says, he's like, the more I look at you, the more I could see it. Almost. I actually heard that the grandma, her mom was actually from Germany, and then they came. She moved to Russia, or maybe some other way. I don't know. I'm not too 100% sure. I just know that's what they are. There's like a lot of, you know, I don't talk to any, you know, I don't know. This is just kind of what I found out. So been doing a lot of digging. It's kind of crazy though. I mean, it's crazy because then like, I've always wanted to know, like I'm almost 39. So I'm like, I never knew, you know? So it's kind of crazy to know now, you know, that I'm like, huh, maybe, right? Hi, Amy, how are you? So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but exciting though, right? Like that's like cool, right? To like know. So I guess the percentage would be like half, right? 100, like 50%. unfortunately, with my mom's side, my grandmother was very old school, right? Like you don't tell tales out of school. Like her family was kind of crazy too. I know that my grandmother only has one sister alive now. She was one of five. And I asked her sister, and her sister said that they were Polish for sure, Irish, and she said that she knew of some other stuff, but she wasn't entirely sure. Um, yeah, so I know my grandmother was Polish and Irish. And then my grandfather, who was the orphan, right? So I found it's funny because everybody's like a gatekeeper when it comes to, girl, I didn't find a site. That's the part I got to get into eventually. I got it. Maybe that's the accent then. Polish? No, I just think this is the south side of Chicago accent. I think it's because I'm from the south side of the city and I got a little hood in me. I think that's where it came from. Hi, Alita, how are you? You know what, I think that it's just like a south side accent. Like my dad has it. My dad is really thick. My Aunt Joy, thick. My mom has it. Like it's very, my mom's so funny though, 'cause she'll say, I have an accent because my dad's from Connecticut. That has absolutely nothing to do with you, mom. But my mom and they're from the south side of Chicago, so like that the beers, where we are, the way we pronounce our vowels is different, um but I also got, like I said, I got a little bit of that, like, fafa, what the kids say, mess around and find out type stuff. Yeah, so crazy to think. But yeah, so my grandfather was an orphan. There's so many different stories about that. I had a cousin who did a DNA test and like found some really suspicious stuff out that like really pissed off a lot of my family members. So we never really like went into depth on it, girl, because look, we found some stuff out. Like my cousin Christine did one, and she called and was like, hey, do we know this person? And like my cousin was like, people were like, it happens, right? And ugh, girl, you would think they couldn't be mad, but it's like digging up some bones, like, girl, yes, drama. Like we found out like there was people that we didn't know that were born. That's all I'm gonna say. So I never kind of, and I don't know, like and I was like, told my mom, like, do you want to like contact this person? And she, no. So yeah. So my grandfather was given up, right? There were stories that he was a twin, but I found his mother's birth certificate, the name that she gave, and she was French Canadian. Her name was Eva Liberty. And then I read his papers from that's what the birth certificate said. But then I read the papers from his adoption record, or his, like, not adoption, like his orphan paperwork. And it said that what kind of it read to me was that my grandfather was, his mom had cheated on her husband. He was a fisherman, they lived in Connecticut. And when he was coming back, she was pregnant, or she had my grandfather. So she had to like stow away the evidence and put him up for, gave him up for adoption, or I don't know how you would call it, because he was never adopted. So he grew up his whole life, he was in the orphanage, and then so he never knew. And like, actually, what was really crazy, she made up his last name and said his name was Raymond Moore, and turns out like on his birth certificate it wasn't, it was a different name. And so when he literally joined the army, he became Raymond, and then a new name, and just started a whole new identity, and joined the army at 17, and ended up coming here after World War II to Chicago, and met my grandmother, and they had 8 kids together. And yeah, my grandfather was 28 when my grandmother was 24 when they got together, and they just had a ton of babies. And my grandfather passed away very, very young. He was 62 when he died. He had a stroke at 58, and he eventually died at 62. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah, really sad though, but he was, my grandfather, that's why I named my daughter Rhea. She was named after my grandfather, who was Raymond, and he was the best, absolute best. You guys, everybody would have loved him. He was like the bee's knees. So, Yeah, crazy. Family drama is crazy, especially like with my family because we don't even talk no more. So that's crazy. But it's now I'm airing out all my family's dirty laundry, which I'll do it. My mom is on here, she would be so pissed. But yeah, so Thanksgiving's Thursday. How are you guys feeling going into the holidays? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous going into the holidays, thinking like how, especially like this week, because I check in on Fridays, and Fridays I have my treat meal, and I'm like, okay, like what am I gonna do? Girl, please, tons of family drama. Hi, girl. What's up, India? We were just talking about how great this Midwest weather is. We had another Michiganian. I don't know what you guys call it, Michiganer. I don't. What do you guys call it? I don't know. Well, we had another one. There's a bunch of you guys in here. My Midwest people. I was nervous, right? So I talked to my coach, and I was like, hey, and she's like, Danielle, look, the holidays are here. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your food. You're not going to basically ruin any type of progress you have made in months. Girl, family, Michiganders. I don't know what you call them. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to tell you guys something that I had to learn, right? And you can take it as you want. And I know it's not easy. If you have people in your life and their family, right? And I feel like, especially with my family, in my mom's generation, we give people passes. And it'll say, well, can't you just get along for this one day out of the year? It's the holidays. I used to hate hearing that from my mother. It's the holidays. You got to get along with them. Or, you got to let this go. It's one day out of the year. And, that's your cousin, or that's your aunt, that's your uncle. And nobody gets a pass for treating you like dirt. If this person did not share a blood chemistry with you, would you have them in your life? Would you let them treat you that way? And if the answer is no, then you already have your question. Now, I know this sounds easy to some people, or it sounds like I'm talking sideways out of my mouth, but I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm going to say it with my whole chest. I have family that I have absolutely no relationship with. And these family members I was very close to. You guys know I was raised by my mother. My mother was, was just me and my mom, and my mom's family was my family. It was the only family I had. My mom's sisters were some of them were my sisters. My Aunt Candy, my Aunt Joy, they were my sisters. And they were like a second mom. They were just everything to me. Like, they were who I am. They had such a strong, they were just as important to me as my mother. And losing them was devastating. The things that occurred with my family with the loss of those two women have absolutely just baffled me. I mean, I could go in and just tell you what they did. If I were to tell you guys all the stuff they did to not only me, but to my mother, to my sister, when my aunt passed away, you guys would be disgusted. Where they wouldn't let us see. I mean, we weren't included. We weren't even told that it was absolutely awful. And when my aunt passed away, and I told my mom, I said, when we bury Candy, I'm burying them too. I love them. I love them. I don't wish them any ill will, but I cannot have them in my life because they are not good people. I don't want my daughters to think that it's okay for people who are supposed to love you to treat you like that. Because the thing is, and I didn't learn this growing up, because my family has always been toxic. And my mom has grew up in this toxic environment. My mom has always been told to accept less than, and she just thinks that that's normal, and it's not normal. Yeah, and it's, death brings out the worst in people, but I feel like it also brings out the true side of people that we always kind of ignored. And I'm so sorry, yeah. And the thing is, though, is like, why should you? So why not make your own family? Whether that be with coworkers, friends, your new family. I have a very safe space. I feel like I can tell my husband and my daughters anything, and I know that they will always love and accept me. I have friends who are family, and I feel like there's even people on here. Like I feel like you guys are more to a family to me and to my family than my own family has been, because you guys wouldn't treat me that way. And I had to was it devastating to let them go? Yeah, it was. It was absolutely devastating. But here's the thing. They're never going to change. And they're going to constantly think that it's okay to treat you a certain way. And it's a learned. Aw, she called me Biggs. I was like, is my mom on here? It does bring up all the feels, because my grandfather's birthday's on Thursday, which is actually Thanksgiving. My grandmother, her anniversary of her death is December 1st. My grandfather's is December 31st. And it's absolutely devastating. But here's the thing too, and as much as I love my grandparents and I adore them, you guys know this, I don't have to tell you because you guys know. It's also shame on them for raising these kids to be this way. Like they could have done better. And then these kids also could have done better. And, the thing is now is like the buck stops with me, because I am going to do better. And, I've had these conversations with my mom, and I'm like, Mom, you can't tell people how to feel, but you can protect your own peace, and you can have your own feelings, but you don't have to fight with them and try to change them to see, because they'll never see what you're feeling. They'll never understand you because they've always been up their own ass. You know what I mean? And that's okay. And I told my mom, that's fine. If they want to think what they think, that's absolutely fine to them. But I don't want to hear it. And even like some family members will still be like, oh, I heard this from so-and-so. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't want to talk about them. They are no longer in my life. And that's it. Because they're not going to make the holidays more enjoyable. They're not going to make me happy. They're not going to do anything. Yes, I'm breaking generational curses. That's absolutely it. Yes, and that's it. I love that you guys are hearing this too, because it is so important. Like, I have to let my children know that it is not okay. Belgium. Wow. Hi, Belgium. I heard you guys have the best chocolate. I heard United States chocolate is absolutely garbage. You know what, Teresa? I'm so glad that you came in from the other side. We started our own family, and I bet you're so happy. Used to the beer. And you know what though? I understand, like for you, Whitney, you had to cut out your sister. And I know that has to be hard because your mom raised both of you and you can't divide it. But also, we cannot, it's not our business to fix people or to save them. And you can love somebody and not wish them, but you cannot have them in your life, because I don't want my children to learn how to be good people from these people. I don't want them to tear down what I have. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to feel anxious. I don't want to feel any of those things. And, I'm not wishing you ill will. I'm not, trying to fight or argue. I just have to choose me. And I don't need to choose. You're not going to come before me, and I'm no longer going to excuse your behavior and how you're going to treat me. And it's hard. Like, for example, one of these people is not only my uncle, but he's my godfather. Cut him off. One of them is my daughter's godfather. I had to cut him off. My aunt who helped take care of me, cut him off. My cousin who was raised with me, cut her off. I had to cut people off because I had to choose me. I had to choose me, and I had to choose my own happiness, and I needed to be around people who loved me and didn't make me feel bad and make me feel less than and make me question my worth. You know what I mean? And if I see you treating people that aren't related to you better than you treat me, then obviously I don't matter to you. And that infuriated me when I would see them treat strangers and have this like facade of like this phoniness that they would, act like they were just this knight in shining armor, when in reality you were an awful person. And that's it. you know, and I want you guys to know that you don't have to suffer your holidays. I feel like life is so short. I'm going to actually get a P.O. box again. We're going to do that again. My mom, okay, you're so funny, Amy. My mom loves the word narcissist. She calls everybody a narcissist. The day of my Aunt Candy's funeral, she screenshotted the definition of narcissist and shot it out to all of us. And you know what though? It's, I feel like it had to be, I feel like some people, especially like my mom, right? My mom is the middle of 8 and my mom helped take care of her other siblings, right? And they pissed on my mom. But my mom was always raised to be the worker, the fixer, the one that everybody leaned on, right? And not saying that my mom is completely innocent in a lot of things. My mom has a bad habit of feeling like she's getting backed in the corner and she attacks. That's her character flaw. But these people also love to attack and demean and just take from her until there's nothing left. And it's awful, you know? Oh my God, yeah, send me everything, all the German stuff. You know what, India, God bless. God bless. Because, I mean, and I understand families take work. And I understand that, especially when they're a big family and there's a lot of personalities, it's hard. It is hard. For example, when I married Leo, you know, it was hard, right? It was, first off, Leo was the first one to marry somebody who was not Mexican. Okay, when I first came around all those years ago, my mother-in-law did not speak barely any English. My father-in-law spoke very little, and I had a kid, you know, so it was different, you know, and we just learned, you know, a lot of people, you know, I'm sure they were like, hey, who's this girl trying to like get my cousin, get my brother, get my, you know, my son, and, you know, she got a kid, you know, who's this about? You know, everybody's defenses are up because they loved him. And we had to blend and we had to work. And my personality is very strong and their family is a very chill family. And I tell you all the time, like, maybe you guys needed me to spice it up, you know? And I can tell you right now, I absolutely adore Leo's mom and dad. I love them. I offered to let them live with me. I'm like, hey, they want to live here? Well, I'll take care of, like, I think the world of them. They not only took me in and loved me unconditionally, but they also loved Rhea and they love my girls. And there is no difference in any of us. We are theirs and they are mine, and I adore them. You know, but it wasn't probably a lot. Yeah, and you have to make it work, and different holidays, different customs, but I was always so open to learning and teaching. Like I made sure to learn recipes so my daughters know that this is what their grandmother made, and you know, and this is your culture, and learn this stuff, because I didn't grow up in a culture rich family. I didn't know what the hell I was, you know. And I always make sure to teach that because it's so important, and family is important when it's the right kind of family. And that's where I had to learn that yes, family is important. It is very important. Having these relationships and these memories is important, but when it's the right kind of family. Gets girl gets me. That's what we're gonna blame it on now. That's what Leo said. It's the Russian in you. But you have to, and I have a very dominant personality. I'm very much like I'm loud, and maybe I'm obnoxious to people, and I don't mean to be, but I love hard, and I would, you know, do anything for anybody. It's my best and worst quality. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But you burn me and then it's over, you know, and then it's hot and cold, you know. Let me see, the comments disappear. And that's the thing. And God love your mom for being like that, because, you know, it's a very old school thing where it's just like, well, that's my sister. And I would hear that all the time. Well, that's how they are. You're not going to change them, you know. Let me tell you guys a story, okay? I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to put all my family business out here, but you know what? They don't talk to me anyways, so I'm going to put it all out there. I have an aunt. And I was always conditioned I'm gonna tell this story. This is a good one. So I was always conditioned to receive second best, right? Always conditioned to receive second best. My cousin was the pretty one. She was the skinny one. She was the blonde one. She always got everything. She had two parents, right? They both had good jobs. You know, my aunt was great. She would take me to everything they did. They always included me, right? Loved her for that. You know, a lot of my great childhood memories were included with them because she took me to all these cool things growing up. My mom couldn't. My mom worked two jobs. So, you know, my mom paid my way and stuff, but she couldn't take me because she couldn't be at two places, right? So growing up, oh, hold on, Kristen Bailey. Let me see. What were you saying, girl? Let me see. She has one for the red chili recipe. I do. Yep. I am gonna do a tamale recipe. So we're gonna make it for the girl's birthday, but I do have the sauce recipe with the pozole, same sauce. Okay, so this cousin, right? I've always got everything, was always, you know, superior to me. Okay, so here it comes. You know, I meet Leo, and I bring him around. Good looking guy, has a good job, well spoken, like prime cut of choice of meat, you know. I was like, yeah. So my aunt sees him and she tells me, you know what? I think you should give his number to your cousin because she deserves him and you'll find somebody. But, you know, she's older than you and she really deserves him more than you do at this point. And I think it's just only fair. I was like, what? I was like, no, I'm just going to give him to her. He's not my possession, first off, and I'm not just going to hand him over. She's I could be nasty and call her a bunch of names. But she literally thought, like, she wasn't being mean. It was nothing. She didn't skip a step. She didn't stutter. She didn't beat around the bush. She said, you don't deserve him. She deserves him more, and you'll figure it out. Now, mind you, that I had already just been, you know, raising a kid on my own. I've been through my own stuff. I lived my own life. You know, my cousin was very, 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 very pampered. She's still very pampered. You know, never had to do much, was always just the baby and always given everything. We can go into this story, but whatever. I'm not going to dog her out on the internet, but, you know, nonetheless, she was raised to think that the world was her oyster and she would, you know, that's not, you know, this is it. And she still lives life that way. But for them, it was, you have something that she wants and we think she deserves it more, so you need to give it up. Not only was I treated, this was the mentality that my family seemed for me, but this is also the same mentality they had for my mother. You know, yo, you shouldn't get married because you should stay by yourself, stay single, and take care of your siblings for the rest of your life. You know, and if you don't, then you're a bad person. You know, so it was always that. And my mom has lived through that. And up until more recent years, at 6 years old, she finally is like drawing her line in the sand where I was said, no more. You know, I mean, would I wish I would have done this sooner? Absolutely. But it was better late than never. And the most important thing is I'm not conditioning my kids to think that somebody is worth more or deserves more and they're less than ever. And no family member will ever treat them that way. And if they will, then they are no longer welcomed in this family because my children deserve just as much of everything than anyone else. And I remember thinking like, that I questioned myself, right? Like, do I not deserve him? Maybe I don't. Maybe he is too good for me. Maybe he does deserve somebody who doesn't have these things that I have. You know what I mean? And that's just this stuff, like this self-doubt, the self-loathing, the anxiety, the depression, the self-hate. It is taught, it is fed to us, and it is watered by these people in our lives. And we have to make sure that whoever is with us, surrounding us, you know, flourishing us is positive. Because they'll help us grow and blossom, not basically give us root rot by pouring shit on us and us thinking that's all we deserve. You know what I mean? And I've had to learn that in a lot of therapy, girl, a lot of therapy. Ooh, therapy. Oh, okay, Judith. Okay, he told me, he said that, Judy. I know, he told me. He told me that you see them, but he's like, babe, somebody's named Judy. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yep, you caught him at Tiffany, I am looking. First off, your formula is hard as hell to find. I went to the Jewels. You don't know what a Jewels is, but it's like a Robertson's, maybe I think is what it's called in the South. They don't have any. And first off, I didn't know they even locked up formula anymore. That's crazy. They never lock that stuff up. But I have to go to Target, so I'm gonna look at Target. I think you sent me a screenshot. Also, guys, my friend Tiffany here, her son is on hypoallergenic formula. She lives in North Carolina. Her son has super sensitive stomach, okay? And when he doesn't have his formula, or if he doesn't have the right brand or whatever mixture, he like gets really sick and she's struggling. So if you guys see any hyperallergenic formula, I think it's the Nutramigen one, and then hypoallergenic general. Tiffany, if you want to post like maybe your Instagram here, so you guys can, we can kind of help her out. I told her if I find it, I'll send them to you and we could square up with funds or whatever it is. But let's help each other out because she had him in the ER because he was just vomiting. And if you guys have had babies who have formula sensitivity issues, Ray was on soy and Becky and Sophie were on Elementum because they had a protein sensitivity. First off, it's super duper expensive. Second off, they have to have it. Oh my God, and I'm gonna pray. I hope it's okay and they can get treatment. Oh, here we go. Look see, these are, Kristen, it's the hypoallergenic. I thought it was like the Parents' Choice brand. And then not Similac, what's the other brand? Enfamil, Nutramigen. And then I think it's just anything hypoallergenic. Poor baby, he like projectile vomits, like he has super sensitive GI tract. Tiffany, leave your stuff down here because I know all these girls are on Instagram. So if we can help her out and see if we can find them, like if you're just gonna go to get groceries. I know like maybe this week you guys aren't gonna be able to get into the grocery store with how crazy it is. But if you guys just look past, because she said that she had to get the prepared one, and it's not a GoFundMe. She can afford it. There's just none in her area. So if we could just, if we could find it and send her a message on IG and just say, hey, I found it. It's just there's none out there. It's so crazy to me that like I don't know how this is working. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to me. That's all I can say. Like, I cannot believe this is what's going on right now. And what's crazy enough is that I would see like girls checking out and they're buying like 10, 15 cans. Like, you should have a limit, right? If it's, I don't know. Oof, makes me mad. Aw, you guys are my family. Oh my God, his doctor's office. I wonder if you can you get a prescription from the doctor's office and see if they can send you through your insurance? Oh, look at my, yeah, soy, no. Look at my warriors here. You guys are just the best people in this entire world. So, I'm just like, I'm so proud of you guys. Like, look at this family we've created. It's really funny because sometimes I'll get down on myself when I see the numbers and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I should have been at 100 already, and I'm not growing, and people are surpassed. And I get a lot of self-doubt, where I'm like, man, should I just close this up already? But then I see this community that we built and like how far we've come. And some of you guys have been with me from the jump. It's so crazy. Oh, Kristen's my girl. Look at her. She said she'll bring it to you. You know what? We are real friends here. Oh yeah, only 2 cans here. Yep. You know what? They didn't even have any in the lockbox when I went to the Jewel. It was completely empty. Look at everybody. Man, what an amazing, sometimes you feel like all hope is gone when you see the stuff that goes on in this world, and then stuff like this and you're like, I got good people in my corner. Who needs some shady ass family when I got these real ones in the corner? We real friends here. That's it. Also, if you guys knew how popular that saying was around here, you guys have really been here for a minute. But what are you guys, what else is going on? Let's share it. Are we excited for Vlogmas? Because I'm doing it. Just hypoallergenic. There's no, whatever, as long as it's hypoallergenic, I think she said you can have anything. Oh, India, I love you. You know what? And my girl Kristen is a shopper, okay? She gets some deals. She does that couponing where it's like she gets a whole bag of anything and she's like, they paid me $1. Okay, look, Amy's on IG too. So Tiffany, Amy's on IG and she's under Amy Jacobs. So she follows me on IG. Message her. Oh, look at that. Woo! You know what? I actually have to go to Target. Yeah, okay, Amy J was here. That's her screen name. I actually have to go to... Oh my goodness! Look at this Babacito! You want to say hi? Oh, goodness. Say hi. Tell him Happy Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. Hi. Oh my God, how much snow did... I seen a girl on TikTok and she had 5 feet of snow. She's in Buffalo, guys. So you guys know that they got that like 10 feet of snow. Look at this little Babacito. Look at this little puppy boy. I think she said the powder one, because the pre-made one. He does have the best aunties. Here, I'll let you. Hold on, guys. I'm right here. I just got the door shut, so Benny had to get out. I lost the comment. We didn't get any snow. You know what? I'm ready for snow like during Christmas. Like I just want a white Christmas. 7 feet. That's wild. I actually just heard on the news that Buffalo's crime is like skyrocketed and it's actually worse than here in Chicago. Oh my gosh. Do you just do like e-learning with your kids? Baby ears. Is school even open yet? I mean, how do you dig out 7 feet of snow? That's wild. Jeez. Let's see what else supposed to be. I always do the because I'm thinking out loud and I know it's like a really bad habit. I do have, let's talk about yeah, we got like maybe a dusting on the grass and it was gone like same day. It wasn't anything crazy. Vlogmas is coming. I actually just made my channel banner. I actually bought it from Paige. Paige has an Etsy shop and I bought it from her. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm gonna have to text her later because I don't know how to do anything. And we're gonna do Vlogmas and I'm pretty excited. What do you guys think? You guys excited for Vlogmas? If you guys are unaware of what Vlogmas is, it's basically a vlog a day until Christmas. I am not... If someone shares the cost with me, we can get some formula. Yeah, well, what is it? You said it was 70? Because I'm gonna check my stores. I don't think it's 70 on the shelves. Oh yeah, I gotta get a snowblower. I don't do any of that stuff. I hate being out. I hate being cold. I hate being hot too. So I stay in the house. Oh, it's a pack of 6 cans. I'm excited for Christmas. I'm excited for Vlogmas. So we're going to do a vlog a day. I'm not going all the way up to Christmas Day. I'm going to do it until the 22nd. I'm also going to do like it'll be a mixture of vlogs and shorts. So you might see like a little short, kind of like, you know, they do the IG shorts. I'm going to do those just because they're really pushing shorts right now on YouTube. And they like want you to put out like a ton. I'm not going to put out that many, but I want to try to do like 1 or 2 a week, see how it goes. And we're going to do vlogs. I want to try to do, last year I did the Good American versus Abercrombie. I want to try to see if I can get some Skims. I'm going to try to do some Black Friday shopping and see if I can get some Skims to try out for you guys. Is there anything you guys want to see me try and compare? You guys know I always talk about Shaper Mint, so I figured I would do a Skims review because I feel like that would be a nice thing to compare for you guys. What else was I thinking of getting or trying? Abercrombie's jeans are actually, I was talking about this on Instagram. Abercrombie's jeans are $60 right now. And I think that's like, for me, is super great quality denim. I think they're probably the best denim. So we're gonna try those out. Good American's having a sale. That brand Mango's, like the website Mango's on sale or having a big sale. There's actually quite a bit of sales going on. So, am I doing the surgery? Yes. When is unsure. The reason why is the money that I saved for the surgery, that couple grand that I had set aside. I took a little bit of it and I bought a new computer, and the rest of it, I got something in the works. And I'm thinking of, I want to invest in long-term things, you know, so where I can have like a passive income, and I want to invest in having like an actual product. So I have something in the works, and I was actually hoping to have like a launch for it by my birthday, but that's not going to happen. So my goal is to have a soft launch March for me and Leo's anniversary. That's going to be our launch, and it's coming. And yeah, so that's why I chose to kind of put that on hold right now and just kind of invest in something that'll be profitable for times to come. So like I said, I could have like a passive income, because, you know, YouTube and all that stuff, I want to make sure that I have like stability, you know? Man, you guys are really good on this. You guys are really good computer people. What time is it? But are you guys cooking? What are you guys starting to prepare your food for Thanksgiving? That's kind of the thing. And I wanted to make sure that I had something to fall back on. You know what I mean? I'm you know, I have multiple streams of income right now. And it's doing really well. But I want to make sure, I want something of my own that is like, I can hold it, I could touch it, like this is mine, I created it. And the name of the brand has already been down, and it's actually really funny because my aunts actually came to me in a dream, and I've been kicking this idea around for a couple years, and I never really executed it because it was going to be some money. And I had a dream about like 3 months ago, and it was both of my aunts, and they were in my basement, and it was so real. Like I hugged my aunt, and my Aunt Candy was kind of tiny, she was real small, and I felt like when I would always feel like her bone, you know, like her bones, and I hugged my aunt, and I literally, like, her hair was dry, and I smelled the smoke in her hair. She smoked. It was so real. Like it was real. Like my sense, it was like I could cry. Like they were here. They were in my house. They were here, and we were getting it together. And they're like, Biggs, look. And I was just, it was the best feeling. Like, you know, it was one of those dreams where you try to like go back to sleep so you can go back to them. And I was just like, it was the craziest thing. Yeah. Oh, 4 dishes. I know you got clean, girl. I know you got clean for this family. I feel you. I mopped again yesterday after Rhiannon's party. I gotta clean my basement up, but she had such a great party. I wish I would have vlogged it, but I also am glad that I just enjoyed it. That's what, I know, I'm trying not to cry here. You know what? The name of it, it was just everything. The name, it was here. Like it was, and they're like, look, here it is. And they were pulling stuff out of boxes. And I was like, that's so crazy. And I like woke up Leo, and I was like, they were here, you know? So yeah, it was pretty crazy. So I can't wait. I hope to have everything. I'm going to put my hair up. I hope to have everything all set up and ready to go, like I said, by March. But you got to get samples and stuff, because I don't want to put out garbage, you know? If I'm going to put my name on it. I haven't read any books, okay? I am just like a loser right now, and I want to get into some good smut, okay? I'm giving up on self-help books right now. I can't do it. I want like some good old schmutty stuff. I never even read The Silent Patient. That was on my book. I mean, all I've done was watch. We got YouTube TV, and we were watching. I found, what is it called? Oxygen True Crime. What is it? Oxygen True Crime? Yeah, it's awesome. It was. This isn't gonna hold. Oxygen True Crime is like my thing, 'cause it's all like married to a murderer, death by dishonor. And I was like, yes, this is so good. Dateline. And I was like, first 48. And I was like, hell yeah, sign me up. So I've been watching a lot of that. And just because I was sick too, you know. I love it. I love that Oxygen True Crime. Like, God, it was like, if Danielle wanted a show to, or a television channel to watch, what would it be? Oxygen True Crime. So good. That book is so damn boring. The Power of Now. Everything. Did I watch Dahmer? I watched the series. That one was crazy. What's funny about it though is all the like TikToks people make with it, where they're like, "I'm trying to take some pictures." That's funny. What's not funny is that people are like dressing up like him and like idolizing him, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, if you ever seen any, like, if you guys can stomach it, I would highly recommend, like, and if you're into true crime, I would highly recommend checking out their, like, the whole breakdown of it, and, like, they'll show, like, real pictures, and he was a sicko. Like, he was so, that, like, he was so uncomfortably weird to watch and be portrayed, but the real one where you're like, what? He did what with what? Sick. Sick. Weird. Oh. And it is, but I heard though that they're actually going to do another one. Like, it's not going to be like a Dahmer part 2, but Netflix is going to do another one on another serial killer. I'm willing to bet it's going to be John Wayne Gacy, and he's another weirdo. Okay, I watched it. I watched Where the Crawdad Sings. No, it wasn't. Netflix didn't make it a movie. It was made a movie. It was in movie theaters. They just released it on Netflix. I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was really good. I was sobbing. I was crying. I thought it was really, really a good movie. I guess Rhea said that the book was supposed to be really bad, but I thought the movie was really good. I thought it was really, really good. I don't know if anybody else see Where the Crawdad Sings. I thought it was, I forget that girl's played in something else. I can't think what else she played in, but it was really good. The ending, I was like, the ending had me. I was like, oh, okay, a little sneaky, little something, but it was good. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I cried though. It was a tearjerker. I thought it was. What did you think? You think it was good? I have to go eat. I am like 2 meals behind right now. Elvis. He was really a handsome. Too bad he was a total creep. But, you know, whatever. Guess who? Oh, you know what? I was actually going to mention this earlier, but since I'm going to wrap up this live, we can talk about it. Did you guys see that Todd Chrisley? I never watched that show. I heard about him loosely. I might do a true crime. I don't know. They're a lot of work, and I get demonetized right away. So Todd Chrisley, Tiffany, what's your screen name again? It was like Healthy Mama something or another. I can't think of it. I'm so bad at thinking of screen names. So let's talk about this, okay? Because we only got like 6 minutes, and I want to talk about it. I love, my favorite right now is Megan True Crime, the girl from Scotland. I love her. So Todd Chrisley and his wife, right? Mama Mindfully Eats. That's what it is. Was sent. So he did a little tax evasion, did a little bit of embezzlement, stole some funds, right? He got 12 years. 12 years. Now he's probably gonna go to Club Fed. I don't think he's gonna go to like, you know, a regular prison. He's probably gonna go to a federal prison. But he got 12 years. And then once he gets out, he's going to be on like house arrest for like almost 2 years, right? And then his wife got, I think, 7, and then she's also got some probation time. keep up with any of the local child offenders in your area in their time that they're going to get? Or the schmapis? Oh, people. You gotta watch the words because you know YouTube will flag you. Do you know that they got more time for a non-violent offense than violent offenders are getting? That pisses me off. Not saying that he shouldn't steal money. Absolutely, don't steal money. Yeah. But why are we not keeping? Why are violent offenders getting out like in? First off, some aren't even getting time, and then the ones, or they're just getting a slap on the wrist and they're in and out in a few times, and then when they even are in prison, they get special treatment. I mean, I'm not saying that being locked up in a cell for 23 hours is special treatment, but honey, if you were in general pop, you know, they would be up in that. But you steal some money for some rich people, now you got to do some hard time. Make that make sense. This is the problem. You know, this is not political. I don't care about your political affiliations and who you want to be, you know, all that other stuff. You guys know I don't like talking about that stuff, but that's the problem. You know, make him pay the money back. Take all of his stuff. That guy was like, I've watched like maybe a show or something in passing, and take his stuff. Honey, the worst thing for a rich person to be is poor. They don't know how to be poor. Okay, they've never been poor. So take it. Take it all. Give them nothing. Make them pawn and do all this. Take their investments, anything. Take it all. Let them be poor. No bouginess in their life. Let them live and drop them off in some affordable living somewhere and let them see how the rest of us live. That is going to be their own version. That's the worst prison you could ever put them in because they don't know how to act. They don't know how to survive. Now, that tough on crime thing that you just made an example out of this man of, let's go ahead and reverse that around and put that on these violent offenders. Oh, you know that. There's some crazy stuff going on out there. Yeah, his wife did get 7 years. But it's crazy to me. It really baffles me. And Ray's like, Mom, don't talk about it. And I was like, but it needs to be talked about because this is awful, you know, and I don't care if he's a reality TV star or any of that stuff, you know, but the fact is there, and the thing is he's going to get out of jail and he's going to do like an exclusive tell-all and whatever the case may be, and he's going to get money again. So the rich always get richer. You know, they know how to stay rich and they know how to get rich again. You know, there's always something. Even if you lose, like I'm telling you, make them go live in poverty. They won't be around for long because they can't. They don't know how to live like that. It's crazy to me. But all right, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's almost 4 o'clock and I gotta go marinate a turkey and I gotta make some dessert for my man for tomorrow. I'm gonna share that dessert too. It's gonna be loosely sugar-free. Because I do have to use golden Oreos, but it is going to be a strawberry shortcake poke cake. It's real good. You guys are gonna love it. So, damn, do I have everything for it? I'll probably have some right at the store. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a short out of that, and that'll be up probably on IG first, and they'll come out. And then I'm also going to show you guys how to do Chabella's turkey marinade. It's fire. You guys will love it. But I'm going to wrap this up. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, friends. Happy Thanksgiving. Protect your peace. Take care of you. And make sure that you guys are setting the standard for how you want to be treated. You guys are wonderful, amazing people. Thank you for helping out our friend. And you guys are the best family I've ever made in my entire life. Bye, guys.